Welcome to a special 2K TV Challenge episode of NBA 2K TV.
Yes, we've had community members take on this 2K.
The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court too as they get ready to go to work on the road. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A soaring CN Tower is seen from the waters of Lake Ontario, along with the rest of beautiful downtown Toronto, our setting today. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers. DA, take it away.
Well,
the first title in franchise history, DA, such a huge moment for the team, city, and the country of Canada. So the Nets starting five. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Hayes in at the center. And for Toronto, they've got Bamba. Porter is out there with Denis Shrewder. And there's Jackson, and it's Claxton in at power forward. Scouting reports very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically player tendencies and team tendencies. How do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation. Here's Hollis Jefferson, guarded by Porter. Nice D from Porter. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Raptors. Here's the dish to Bamba. That's good from Porter on the assist by Bamba. Porter's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Raptors. Dinwiddie passes to Hayes. And the pass to LeVert. Shrewder against Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Kuzma can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 20 points for him last game against Charlotte.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Hey, major props to Josh Jackson. Made an intelligent play there. Has a good feel for when his guys have a clean look.
Passes it to LeVert. To the left side wing. Dinwiddie against Porter. Pass to LeVert. They get it again. Hayes. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Dinwiddie against Shrewder. Pass to LeVert. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
You know, these are exactly the shots, guys, the coaching staff wants LeVert to take because they know it gets him going.
Shrewder passes to Claxton. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Porter. It's rebounded by Hayes. Nets trailed by 4. Here's Kuzma. Wasted no time on that one.
You know, body him up all you want. It doesn't bother Kyle Kuzma. He's got great competitive spirit and skill.
Now here's Shrewder. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against the Clippers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up. The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Take a break.
And guys, that free throw percentage
shots.
of theirs has gone down since last season. As a matter of fact, significantly down.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Now here's LeVert. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And it's in there.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far. And if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Shrewder against Dinwiddie. LeVert with the wide open look. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. LeVert's got 5 now.
Karis LeVert, one of my favorite young players in the league. He's hard to guard because he's got a quick release and he's very confident in his ability.
Shrewder drops in the layup for 2.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Shrewder against Dinwiddie. Misses the jumper.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Here's Shrewder. Rebound, Brooklyn. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
Yeah, and the season series between these two, 4 games in all, starting tonight. A chance to stake out an advantage in the division.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. That's always valuable. Not just a win, but seeding advantages down the line. I'm looking forward to this.
His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
LeVert with it. He's got 5. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Denis Shrewder.
How about the year Spencer Dinwiddie was having last season? He was a candidate for most improved and 6th man of the year, then ended up tearing ligaments in his thumb, which cost him a month. But I still think he had a breakout season and more to come.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. And Clark, you were talking about the injuries for Dinwiddie going into the 2014 draft. A torn ACL caused his drafting stock to slip.
I loved him in college, Kevin. At Colorado, I thought he was outstanding, and he actually had been talked about as a lottery pick. He ended up falling to the 2nd round, and he's showing you he was worthy of being a lottery pick back when he was drafted.
Here's Dinwiddie after the made shot from Denis Shrewder. The pass to LeVert. 3-pointer. And it goes out of bounds. That one off LeVert.
And here's a look at the stats for Denis Shrewder. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 9th in assists, 13th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Nets trail by 5. LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Hayes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Shot free throw good from Hayes. Clark, you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. You know, it requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it happen.
Last one we saw was Dave Cowens back in the late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And that's a long time ago, man.
With the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
Now here's Bazemore. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Clippers.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Jordan Bell's checked in for the Raptors. And then for Brooklyn, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Hayes. Bertens comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Malik Beasley in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Bazemore. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his first foul. Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Denis Shrewder.
Isaiah Thomas.
On the wing, Johnson. He's guarded by Thomas. Ball's knocked loose and out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Now that we have a moment, let's take a peek at the teams that are leading the league in blocks. The Raptors third.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Bazemore. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2. Passes to Hartenstein. And he hits it to tie the game up.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And here's Bazemore. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Thomas. Connects in the foul line jumper. And the Raptors lead by 2.
And that short area quickness really helps Thomas get his shot from mid-range.
Beasley up top. He's covered by Bazemore. A nice shot by Hartenstein.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Johnson against Thomas. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons, Greg, battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talent.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case.
And, you know, the Brooklyn Nets last season more than doubling their win total from 2 years prior. Great improvement. A surprise playoff team in the East for sure.
Now here's Johnson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Beasley. Bazemore grabs the miss.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
They get it back. Goes up again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Denzel Valentine. Toronto shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That's good from Snell. And the attendance numbers can lag behind for a breakout team, Clark. Last season, the Nets, for instance, ranked last in the NBA.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit, guys, before you catch up. The winning leading to fans. After the 2019 playoff run, I think they're going to see more people in the seats for sure.
Now here's Beasley. His last outing, he had 18 points. 6 on the shot clock from 11 feet away and off the glass. That one's good. Raptors with the lead. Now Thomas. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. And Bazemore kicks to Snell. Thomas gets a wide open look. And again, Toronto no up.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Now here's Johnson. Back to Valentine. From deep. Johnson's shot is off. Toronto shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Snell finds Thomas. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first. Count it, good.
And that's big boy muscle from Thomas there. He's a gutsy player, accepts contact and powers right through it.
Beasley outside. Kicks it to Valentine. It's blocked. Here's the break. Here's Windler. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Now here's Beasley. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Johnson outside. Back to Bertans. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Sterling Brown comes in for Denzel Valentine. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Johnson.
And as a spot-up shooter, guys, Forbes is right there amongst the best in the league, and his movement is what separates him from many. And he gets those chances, he'll convert.
Now here's Thomas. 6 points for him. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there. You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Raptors. They're up by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was...
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Kent Bazemore is out there with Isaiah Thomas. Then there's Bell. Then there's Tony Snell. And it's Windler in at the 3. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's his first foul. And the Raptors making a change here. Wamba's checked in. Here is Forbes. He's guarded by Thomas. Urginus. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Now here's Beasley. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. Down low, stolen by Bamba. Outside Thomas, and Toronto turns it over again. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You take a look at Shrewder. He's gotten his share of votes, but there are still a lot of players in front of him.
And it's just been tough in the East this year. Kevin, so many guys are having huge seasons. Even getting near the top 10 is impressive.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
It's making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And here are the Raptors now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a moment to see numbers for Bamba. 3rd in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. Dennis Shrewder's checked in for the Raptors. And then for Brooklyn, Hayes is checked in for Hartenstein. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Davis Bertans. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Beasley. Now here's Dinwiddie. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Here is Forbes. Pass to Hayes. From deep three-point range, he can't get that one, so the Raptors will take it the other way. Last game matched up with the Clippers, a tough loss there.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control, and in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, they seem to be forcing things out there, trying too hard, pressing. When you do that, the turnovers pile up quickly.
Jackson, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Here's Shrewder, following the basket by Kyle Kuzma. Shrewder outside. Yes, that goes in. Schroeder's got 8 points.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Bamba with the block.
Guys, that's all athleticism and timing. Bamba, a terrific shot blocker because he uses the physical tools he has quite well.
Now, here is Bell, and it's blocked. Fast break, here we go. Here's Forbes, and the rejection by Jackson. Here's Windler. Dinwiddie covering. Bamba wide open, and he fires. Off target from outside.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Dinwiddie right side. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
No good on that one.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
And it's Shrewder missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Raptors trail by 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Bamba passes to Bell. Raptors need to get a shot up. There's Porter with the 3, and again, no good by Toronto. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Here's Kuzma, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Bell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Hey, we know Jackson can go off the dribble, but it's really good to see him excelling with the catch and shoot, too.
LeVert kicks to Kuzma. He's looking for Hayes and finds him. Here's Shrewder, tipped away. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break from 10 feet out. No good off the back of the rim. Raptors trail by 5. Jackson dishes to Shrewder. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. 5th best, the Nets.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And when you think of Jordan Bell, you think of do-it-all big man.
Specifically, how strong he is on defense. Great timing for blocking shots, good hands, and can guard anybody out on the floor. Can finish plays as well when moving at the hoop.
Drops in the tray.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Shrewder against Dinwiddie. And it's Shrewder missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Kuzma kicks to Dinwiddie. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
Hey, props to Dinwiddie there. I mean, Spencer, the closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he is.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. It's Bell on the wing, guarded by Kuzma. Shrewder looking over the floor. Just 5 on the clock, and it's good for 2. Schroeder's got 4 this quarter.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Dinwiddie drives in. The wide open look here for Kuzma. No good on the 3. Raptors trail by 6. The pass to Claxton. And a wide open look for Porter. And he's good on the 3 ball. Porter's got 7 points.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
LeVert the pass to Hayes. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Passes it to Hayes. Trying to get open is Kuzma. Hayes, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Shrewder. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's now only a 1-point Nets lead.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Shrewder. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Claxton, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Brooklyn called for the foul. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nets.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
The Raptors making a switch here. Snell's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Hayes. Valentine comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Boy, that's excellent work to get himself the and one chance. Kuzma's getting more and more savvy when it comes to getting to the line, drawing contact.
Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Denis Shrewder. Free throw good, Kuzma. And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
And for Isaiah Thomas, Clark, who has battled so many injuries the past couple years, you just hope he stays healthy.
Kevin, you're right on both counts. Clearly, you'd love to see this little fella healthy because he was dynamic and explosive and highly productive when he was. He certainly has missed a lot of time recently, and even when he has been on the court, it typically was right after an injury or a surgery. So let's hope he can be healthy because he's one of the more entertaining players in the league to watch.
Toronto trailing to the inside. Here's Jackson. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And that's now 6 points for Josh Jackson.
You don't want to leave guys free when Thomas has the ball. He's really good at finding the open man. Solid possession there.
Johnson kicks to LeVert. Kuzma, left side. A go-to scorer's mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Raptors. Davis Bertans checks in for the Nets. Malik Beasley comes in for Karis LeVert. Here's Snell. Lays it up off the glass. And it's a 3-point Raptor lead. The Nets have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Johnson with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. Pass to Bertans. Rebound by the Raptors.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Knocked loose. Lock at 6. Back to Johnson. Over Thomas. Johnson can't hit. Toronto leading by 3. Snell dishes to Jackson. Pass to Bazemore. Goes back up. Bertans grabs the board.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Isaiah Thomas. The Nets have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
And their success rate on the season right around 77%.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Raptors with the lead. 1:02 left in the first half. The pass to Snell. Back to Thomas. Lets the three fly. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds in this game. He nails it, and we're tied up. Kuzma's got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, that's exactly the kind of strength Kuzma has to show, guys. I mean, take that contact, expect it, and still be able to convert. You've got to do that at this level.
Snell finds Bazemore. Here's Claxton. Nailed from three-point land. Claxton's got 7 points.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Yeah, and perimeter shots, though, Greg, not really falling at a good clip here. So I think they may have to back out of that a bit and not settle for those jump shots.
So it's Brooklyn now after Toronto at the three-pointer. Shot clock at 3. This is it to Kuzma. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. That shot, no good. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Toronto ahead as they end the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Denis Shrewder playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the 3, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game that's been so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Denis Shrewder.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. He's out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 slot.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Now, here's Bamba. To the paint. It's good from Shrewder on the assist by Bamba. Schroeder's got the lead up to 7 now for Toronto. The net shooting under 40% all in all for the game. LeVert the pass to Hayes. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Dinwiddie. Kuzma outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's LeVert. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
And really credit their advantage on the backcourt. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Here's Dinwiddie after the Raptors pick up 2. Pass to LeVert, a 3. And Bamba pulls it down.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Shrewder passes to Claxton. It's blocked.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game. Clark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, there's so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. LeVert kicks to Dinwiddie. And the shot is good. Dinwiddie's got 7 points in the game.
And that quick first step of Dinwiddie, very dangerous once he gets a foot advantage on the D.
Here's Shrewder outside for Jackson. And again, Toronto no luck. Nets trail by 5. Here's Dinwiddie. Good, nice job down low. Dinwiddie's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, it's so difficult to corral Dinwiddie. Even when you get physical with him, he finds a way to power through.
Here's Porter. Brooklyn with the rebound. Hayes has got 8 rebounds in this game. Dinwiddie with it. Now guarded by Shrewder. Pass to Kuzma. Stolen by Bamba. And Porter, here we go. And finished off by Porter.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now here's LeVert. He's got 10. Back to Dinwiddie. That 3 off the mark. Raptors leading by 5. Outside Porter. Shrewder outside. Goes up on the wing. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Kicks it to Dinwiddie. There's the pass to LeVert. Rebound by the Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the middle. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Inside, here's Kuzma, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Passes it to Jackson. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. And Toronto making a change here. Bell's checked in. Sterling Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Bryn Forbes comes in for Karis LeVert. And Toronto has possession. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
Yeah, you know what? Dinwiddie is very dependable at serving his teammates on the court. Seems like a natural leader.
Shrewder against Dinwiddie. Pass to Bell. And here's Porter. He's got 11. Clock at 4. Feeds it to Bamba. Over Hayes. And Bamba with the basket on the assist by Porter. Porter's got 3 assists in the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Dinwiddie. Floats one. Bamba with the block. Here's Jackson. But they'll get another chance. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Bamba.
And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Spencer Dinwiddie. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Dinwiddie's got 11 points.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Dinwiddie against Shrewder. Pass to Bamba. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got 11 rebounds in the game. Dinwiddie, and that's good. Lead pass to get it done. Dinwiddie's got 8 points in the quarter.
Seeing Dinwiddie in attack mode, boy, that's fun to watch. Outstanding at getting to his spots and cashing in.
Here's Bamba, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now, when you look at Mo Bamba, with his size, around 7'1" in height, Clark, the longest wingspan, arm span ever measured at the Combine, he can dominate inside.
And you know what, guys? The scary thing is he's got room to fill out. He's got room to add good muscle and weight to that frame. And once he does, he's going to be a nightmare to deal with.
Davis Bertans checks in for Brooklyn. Tyler Johnson comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Johnson surveying the floor. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Shoots over Shrewder. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Hollis Jefferson.
Right place, right time. Hollis Jefferson saving that possession.
Johnson against Shrewder. Oh, that's blocked. Johnson against Bamba. Johnson goes in, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And it's blocked. To the paint, there's Hollis Jefferson, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Shooting percentages, Clark, were down for Rondé Hollis Jefferson last season.
Yeah, you know, many thought he was a sleeper back in 2015 when he was drafted, and I felt the same way. He's an excellent defender, can defend multiple positions. If he's going to prove the people right who thought he was a sleeper, I think the offensive end of the floor is where he's got to make some progress.
Tony Snell's checked in for Bamba. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, you talk about defensive potential, all defense potential. Look no further than Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, Greg, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Johnson kicks to Forbes. Hollis Jefferson passes to Beasley. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Forbes. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. It's stolen by Shrewder. 3-on-3. And the dunk by Bazemore.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And the Nets with possession here. The Raptors getting the bucket. Forbes the pass to Valentine. Shot clock at 6. Johnson outside. Shoots over Shrewder. And the Nets miss again. Raptors with the lead. Pass to Bazemore. Fires from 18. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance. And, of course, Toronto. They're at the bottom of the conference.
And right now for Brooklyn, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Can't remember the last time I've seen optimism turn to pessimism as quickly as I have with these guys. I mean, their fans are already talking about who needs to be replaced.
Johnson, that's for 2. No good on that one. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
One of the things you love about Hollis Jefferson is his activity. I mean, he impacts the game really without having plays called for him.
Now here's Shrewder, who's got 19. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Now Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Brooklyn. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Hayes, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And he's good on the second. The Nets with the lead. Beasley outside. Dishes it to Johnson. Great D that time from Dennis Shrewder.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if you be a little bit more selective tonight.
Back to Bazemore. 6 to shoot. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Sunday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against the Spurs, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore. And so Bazemore nails both of them. 58 seconds left to play in the third. It's stolen by Shrewder. And now the fast break. Shrewder with the ball. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Brooklyn. That's good from Shrewder.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Johnson, the pass to Hayes. 34 seconds left in the third. Beasley for 3, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Shrewder. He kicks to Bell. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Bazemore. Launches a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Bazemore's got 9 points. Now here's Johnson. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. A big-time effort for Denis Shrewder, providing a lot of energy for Toronto. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. Back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Tony Snell. Denis Shrewder is out there with Kent Bazemore. Then there's Bell. And it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And the shot goes in. And that's now 25 points for Denis Shrewder.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Johnson kicks to LeVert. And there's the pass to Kuzma. Johnson outside. Clock at 6. There's the 3. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. It's blocked. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shot.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Josh Jackson's checked in for the Raptors. Porter comes in for Kent Bazemore. Toronto leading by 5. Shrewder outside. It's Jackson atop the key. To the inside, Snell. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 41% for the game. Here's Johnson, rebounded by Jackson.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Porter passes to Claxton, and it's blocked. Jackson against Beasley. Here's Kuzma. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Active hands and really good energy pursuing the pumpkin there. Great hustle by Kuzma.
Shrewder with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Great open look there. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now here's Beasley. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
At the line of pass,
That's good from Beasley.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
The Raptors making a switch here. Bamba's checked in, and the Nets making a change here as well. Dinwiddie's checked in. Beasley hits them both. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Shrewder. With the teardrop, and he lays it up and in. Shrewder's got 27.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
Passes to LeVert. Back to Dinwiddie. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
Now here's Shrewder. Pass to Jackson. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Claxton, covered by Beasley. 5 on the clock. Claxton, the pass to Jackson. Rebound, Brooklyn. Kuzma's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Beasley kicks to Kuzma. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Boy, I tell you, he's so good at scoring in a lot of different ways. Kuzma enjoys showing off the full repertoire of his game.
Here's Shrewder. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
There's Dinwiddie after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Out to Kuzma. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 5 assists in the game. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Shrewder up top. Dinwiddie covering. Here's Claxton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And the Nets making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Second free throw, no good.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Pass to Kuzma. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
That one drops. He ties it up. The Raptors have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Toronto calls timeout. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, but it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Porter. And again, Toronto no up. Nets shooting 44% in the 4th. The offense with some ups and downs. The shot's good from Kuzma.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Shrewder against Dinwiddie. And the pass to Jackson. Hayes with the steal. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead.
Boy, dangerous on the fast break. Spencer Dinwiddie, so fast and gets up and down quickly.
Nobody near Shrewder, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
LeVert kicks to Kuzma. LeVert trying to get open. Kuzma, that's good.
All Kuzma needs is a little separation, and he's good to go. Very agile in operating in the pick and roll.
Dinwiddie against Shrewder. Passes it to Bamba. And here's Porter. Down low. Here's Shrewder. And again, unable to change momentum here. Brooklyn leading by 6. Pass to Kuzma. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Shrewder against Dinwiddie. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. And he recovers it. And there it is for him. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. They host the 76ers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
And the Raptors with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Bamba dishes to Porter. Knocked away. Bamba finds Shrewder. It's tipped.
Well, it's rare to see a block shot from a perimeter player like Dinwiddie, but good job that time.
And it's LeVert missing.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Outside Jackson. The dish to Shrewder. Pulls it up. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Here's LeVert. Pass to Kuzma. He feeds it to Hayes. And Porter comes to help. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Now, here's Kuzma. He's covered closely.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Shrewder against Dinwiddie. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Dinwiddie. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
Dinwiddie's so good at figuring out ways to get the defense to foul him. You just can't be careless defensively when you're guarding Dinwiddie.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
There's the pass to Claxton. He dishes it to Shrewder. The shot off that time. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And the Nets miss again. Raptors trail by 10. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's LeVert. Bamba with the block. And they'll keep possession. LeVert the pass to Kuzma. Nets passing it around. Hayes with it. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Dinwiddie. Rebound by the Raptors. Bamba's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. They could use a bucket. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Hayes. That's his 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul. At the line for your Raptors.
Free throw good. Porter.
At the line for 2.
Both good from the line that time. Brooklyn with the ball. Dinwiddie with it. Out to the wing. Here's Kuzma. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Kuzma's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
You know, once Kuzma has the position he wants inside, he does his thing fearlessly.
Here's Shrewder. That one a little long. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Hollis Jefferson passes to Hayes. That one falls. And the Nets lead by 12.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Passes it to LeVert. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Craig. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And it's Kuzma with the ball for Brooklyn. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.